So one of the cool things about being an entrepreneur is that regardless of how old you are, regardless of what you look like, you are judged by your results. That's unique to the entrepreneurial space. When you're in the corporate world, a lot of times you're graduating on an escalator that you're gonna go in the same direction as many of your peers, even if you add substantially more value than what your peers do. Entrepreneurship, even if you're young, you're old, you're from anywhere in the world, if you're successful, if you add value to your customer, you're gonna be an amazing entrepreneur and you're gonna find success in whatever you pursue. Having an excellent idea and understanding your why, what is the reason that you are trying to create this concept and provide a solution for your community, that's what gives you the fuel to push through the hard times. I see a number of entrepreneurs suffer from what I call shiny syndrome. This is where an entrepreneur chases something for a couple days, a couple weeks, maybe even a couple months, and once they start to get into the thicker mud where it's a little bit harder to make progress, they see something else shiny and they start going and chasing that. And there's a whole new learning curve with the new shiny object, and there may be some excitement, but before you know it, after another couple weeks, another couple months, they run into the mud there. It's gonna get tough no matter what you do, but if you constantly go for the shiny object and chase that, you're gonna get nowhere. So I encourage entrepreneurs to have excellent commitment and focus to their idea, and that only comes from first understanding the pain of the customer you're trying to solve for, and secondly, understanding your why. Why am I doing this? Because only if you have a great handle on both the pain and the why will you be able to push through the mud. Like any good entrepreneur, I've had my fair share of failures just like anybody else. You have startup businesses that you have all the best intentions for, but they just don't work. What I coach entrepreneurs to think through is that a quick failure is often a good failure. Trying to push an idea forward that's just not gonna work oftentimes just sets you back, not only emotionally, but financially. So many people, whether you work in the corporate world or the entrepreneur world, attach their identity, their self-worth, with their net worth or with the company that they work for. And that is a really disastrous concept. You are more than your business idea. If you fail, oftentimes it was just a bad idea and it wasn't the failed execution of the entrepreneur. Now it can be, and there's always something that you can learn from it, but just because your business has failed does not mean that you as a human being have failed. Now, there is that tired phrase of saying that I'd rather you fail forward rather than fail backwards, and that's important. You need to learn from your mistakes. If you always create excuses and say, well, it was because of him or her or a bank, now you're probably gonna repeat some of those same mistakes. So learn what you should from your failures, but don't take it too personal. Dust yourself off, come up with the next idea. Entrepreneurship for me is the truest form for a business owner to express their creativity. When you are creating a company, you're getting the chance to put your brand and your reputation on the line, and it's out there for the public to see. It's a lot like being an artist in some way. When you put your artwork on the wall, now all the public gets to tell whether it's good, bad, or kind of forgettable. And it's true for entrepreneurship too. You can come up with amazing ideas, but fail to communicate the concept, and you're not gonna have any customers. Entrepreneurship is an ability for me to be able to not only give to a community that I'm trying to solve a problem for, but it also gives freedom for me to be able to express a solution that I think could end up making not only me money, but provide jobs and hopefully impact the world if the idea is big enough.